And here we go. So today I'm doing a review on the Gretsch Jet Baritone guitar. I sold my Jazzmaster. I don't regret it, but I do at the same time. I actually really like this guitar a lot. However, the things I don't like about this guitar are what I miss about my Jazzmaster. So as you can see, it's a very on the edge. It's a very almost square. It's a very symmetrical on the sides, whereas the Jazzmaster has the kind of the contour for your arm, and you might not notice it when you're playing the Jazzmaster, but I notice it now that I'm not playing the Jazzmaster. Because my arm is sitting up right against the edge and it's kind of hurting and annoying. It's not like super painful, it's just ever so slightly annoying. That being said, the pickups on this are fucking awesome. The scale length on this is 29.75. The Jazzmaster was 30, so it's a 1/4 inch shorter. It's unnoticeable. The other thing I don't really care for on this guitar is not that I can or would shred, but if you're coming way up here, it's a bit difficult because the neck and the body are right there, and it's like really thick. So even if I wanted to just be like on the 12th fret and be like, that's not that hard, but if I were to go up like it's the body starts to get right into your palm. It's not like a big deal, but you can kind of feel it. It's slightly uncomfortable, just like how there's no contour for your arm right here, and it's slightly uncomfortable. It's not a deal breaker, but it's just something to be aware of, I guess. I mean, if you've never had a Jazzmaster, and if you've only played a Les Paul style body with a flat top, it's not a curved top or anything. There's no contour. If you've only ever played a body style like this, you probably wouldn't know the difference. But if you've ever played a guitar with any kind of like arm contour right here, you definitely will notice it. Again, it's not a deal breaker. The neck is medium. It's not thick, but it's not super thin. I like it. I always prefer the thinnest neck possible. This isn't the thinnest neck possible, but have played guitars with much thicker necks, and it hurts my fingers after playing for a while. They get fatigued. This one's, I would say, on par with where the Jazzmaster was at. My tuning I changed the strings. I got this yesterday, and I can't tune B to B, too high for me. The strings were like maybe a 64 to 14 set, probably. There's nothing wrong with the set, but I tune lower than B, so I need thicker strings. So the low string is an 80, and that's tuned to a G. I'll have to actually look. 42, and that's tuned to a G. This one's a 26, that's tuned to a G, a D also. 18 wound, tuned to F. 14, tuned to an A sharp. So G, D, G, D, F, A sharp. I like this tuning because it kind of is like an open tuning, I guess. It sounds exotic when you play like a, I don't know, a 2-note run. It sounds a bit exotic like that. I came up with this tuning. Well, at least the high 2 strings, I came up with that. I did come up with GD, GD, but F, A sharp, I kind of came up with, and it gives it an exotic feel when you're like. And you can kind of bar a whole chord or a whole fret. And then if you do just like this. It's basically an open tuning. I'm not a good guitar player, so I mean, you know, don't expect a lot from me. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Pretty cool guitar. It's $550. If you get the cool Bigsby tremolo, it's $649 or $650. I actually ordered it and then thought about it, watched some review videos on it, and it doesn't really trem as much as I feel like. I don't even trem that much. But if I was going to trem, I needed to freaking trem. And some of the reviews I was watching was like, yeah, it doesn't really trem like a Floyd Rose. Well, I mean, really, the only trems I've ever had are like a Floyd Rose. So if it's not going to trem as far as a Floyd Rose would trem, I'm wasting $100. And I don't trem that often anyways, like barely ever. Like I might be like... and then hit the trem to like get kind of a whip, something like that. But I don't trem that often, so to me, I was like, it's not worth the $100 to me. That being said, the Bigsby kickstand trem looks fucking awesome, and it's cool, but I feel like I knew I was going to regret the extra $100 that I probably wouldn't use the trem that often, and it would almost be in the way. So I was like, okay, I canceled my order and then ordered this one. I actually had to wait for this one. It was like, I ordered this like in kind of the end of December, and now it's like the middle of January. I got it yesterday. It was on back order because they were sold out, but the ones with the Bigsby trem were available right now, and even though that one was available right now when I went to go order, I still like was like, yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna regret spending the $100, and I ended up canceling my order and telling my dude at Sweetwater, I was like, yeah, just order this one instead. I don't really need the tremolo. And he switched my order for me. Yeah, so I use Sweetwater for a lot of my big music gear. I was going to say guitar, but music gear purchases. And I've been using Sweetwater.com for years, and the dude that's assigned to me, I guess every time I log in with my account, you know, I'm assigned to a guy. His name is Kyle. He's a cool dude. He usually gives me calls like, hey, how's your order going? You know, how's everything going with whatever you ordered? But I emailed him, was like, yeah, man, cancel my order and switch it to this one. I'll wait, even though it's on back order, because I just felt like I would have regretted the spending the $100 on a tremolo that I might almost barely ever use, and it would probably be in the way most of the time. So, I mean, it's your call if you really want. If you use trem, go for it. But when I was watching the review and they were like, it doesn't really trem the same way that a Floyd Rose does, and I was like, oh man, that was kind of heartbreaking because I had already ordered it at that point, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna regret getting that. So yeah, think about it if you're gonna order one of these. I mean, it's a good value. I feel like the 550 or the 650, even with the trem, is a good value. The fretwork is pretty good. I actually think the fretwork on the Jazzmaster was slightly better, but this is still not bad. You can feel the frets just ever so slightly, but I've got a fret filing kit. I don't know, I'll watch some videos on how to do that, and maybe I'll file them down just a little bit more and do a video on that, but they're not bad. Like I said, the pickups are fucking awesome. I'm usually a guy that only plays with the bridge position, but this it really sounds good in any position. There's not a lot of variance, which a lot of times there's too much variance. You're like, ugh. I mean, I could literally just put it wherever and it sounds good. I'm just going to keep it in the middle basically for now. But yeah, so this is my Gretsch. I like it.